Hey guys, welcome back to Phone Flipping 101. For those of you who don't know, I am Dave. Today I want to go over how to avoid getting scammed on eBay, or at least try to avoid getting scammed on eBay. The number one question I begin a lot of is when you sell an item, say a phone on eBay, and then you get a message a little while later asking for you to ship it to a different address. And the most common one, of course, that everybody has come across is, oh, my dad, my mom, somebody's in the hospital, I have to go stay with them. Can you ship the phone to the other address? Your answer is always going to be no. You can only ship to the address on eBay, and it's listed in PayPal, or you're not going to get covered if they try to scam you, in which they will, because it's always a scam when you get that kind of a message. It could be any other thing. Oh, I forgot to change my address. Can you ship it here? No. The answer is no, you cannot. And if you also look, 99% of the time, that message is coming from someone who didn't even buy your item. So they try to trick you. They send a message saying, I just bought this phone. Can you send it to the other address? Now, if you look at the username and stuff, that they're not even the ones that actually bought your phone. A lot of people fall for this, especially if they're new. And people prey on that, and you can see usually that they just created that account that day or the day before, and it'll get banned, within a few hours. But if they do this enough, apparently they must get some phones here and there, because a lot of people do fall for it, and then they lose out, and there's nothing you can do, and PayPal and eBay will not cover you on that. Now, let's say like you do get legitimately scammed, you sell a phone. You sell an iPhone XS Max or any kind of phone, expensive phone or a cheap phone. Someone wants to send it back, not as described. You have to take the return pretty much no matter what. Even if you say no returns, if you're selling it for parts only, you still have to take the return. You could say no return, but eBay's going to make you take the return anyway, and it's in your best interest if you do. Now, if that phone comes back a different phone, a brick or some rocks or nothing at all in there, which does happen, and there's no way to really avoid that happening. There's some shitty, scammy ass people out there who do this. First thing you need to do before you even contact the seller, the buyer who sent that back, is call eBay, or have them call you immediately. Explain to them the situation. You don't need to take pictures and video of you opening up the package, because that's never been asked before. A lot of people say that do that. It's a big waste of time, in my opinion. Weigh it, this and that. That might come into play. If it says right on there it only weighs 2 ounces, when damn well the phone itself weighs 6-7 ounces plus packing material and everything. But just get your story in order and explain to eBay on the phone exactly what happened. Now, if your account is in good standing like mine, you could have, some returns and stuff like that. You can have a couple bad feedbacks. It's not going to really hurt you in this situation. You can have a lot of negative feedbacks for the same thing, saying they sent me the wrong phone and blah, blah, blah. That PayPal or eBay may not take your side on this. But as long as you contact, and this is from my experience, as long as you contact eBay right away and explain to them the situation, they're very nice. They'll check your account. They'll see what happened. You tell them, you could take pictures of the phone and stuff like that came back separately, and upload that later when they ask for it. They'll send you a form in an email to fill out. Basically, it says that, you swear that this is the whole truth, that the phone came back, a different phone, they're trying to scam you. Explain it as nice as you can and professionally as you can, and they will send that up to higher levels on eBay for the claims departments and stuff like that, and they will read it and they will check out, the buyer's account and see if this is, has happened more than once on them, or if there's a pattern going on, or anything sketchy. They'll look into it, and they'll look into it pretty damn quick. It's happened to me a few times last year. None this year so far, thank God, knock on wood. But it is just a little pain in the ass, but every single time I have gotten my money back. They, kept the phone or whatever. They may have got refunded also. But that is up to eBay to refund them. You don't care if they get refunded and they keep your phone, but as long as you're getting paid, and eBay takes the hit on that like Amazon does, that's fine. So be very professional no matter what. Don't send an email back saying, look, you scumbag, you're trying to scam me. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Keep it very professional. If you even reply at all, I suggest the very, very, very first thing you do is contact eBay and have them call you or call them and explain to them the whole situation. And in my experience, it's worked out in my favor every single time. Like I said, I know in a few cases, the scammer buyer who sent back a different phone or an empty box or whatever the hell they did, they may have gotten, refunded, like I said, but I've also gotten refunded, and it doesn't take very long. You contact them right away, they'll email you right away, you fill out the paperwork, sign it, upload it back into the system, and it's usually by the next day or the same day they will take care of it. And if they need any more information, they will contact you. So just have all your, dot all your I's and cross your T's and stuff. Have everything in order before you call them, and your story's straight. And don't get crazy with them if they say there's nothing they can do, but because there is. Just be very nice, and they're usually very, very helpful. Not like they used to be back in the day. eBay's been pretty great lately. They do take the hit a lot of times, saying, hey, they want to keep the buyer happy and the seller obviously happy, so they will refund them, like I said, and you'll also be refunded. Now, another thing to kind of avoid, this is what I do. And I just saw in Priscilla said in my Phone Flipping 101 Facebook group, the buyer wants the shipping shipped internationally. Now, I suggest what you do is go into your settings and say you only ship to the continental United States. I mean, you could ship to Hawaii and stuff if you want, but that'll cost you more and it'll take longer. But what I'm saying is don't ship internationally. Now, any of these international buyers, they get around that because they'll set up a freight forwarding company in the United States, which you will ship to a United States address. I do this all the time. I send a lot of phones to freight forwarding companies, and once that arrives at the freight forwarding company in the United States, your part of it's done. It's delivered. It shows confirmed delivery. You're good to go. Now, if it takes 2-3 weeks to get overseas, that's not your problem. That's the freight forwarding company. If they never received the phone, they say they never received a phone overseas. Well, you shipped it to the United States address, not to an address overseas, so eBay is going to take your side on that no matter what. And once they do get it, if they do have a problem with it and they try to scam you, which they really won't because it'll take way too long for them to send the phone back, and that's not where you sent it to in the first place, so it's kind of breaking eBay's terms of service there. So always only ship to the address on file with eBay and PayPal, or you will not be protected. Don't fall for the scams saying, oh, my dad, my mom in the hospital, I have to go stay with them. That's the most common one. And like I said, check where that message is coming from, because almost every single time it's not the person that actually bought your phone. They make it sound like it. Like, I just bought this iPhone 8 Plus from you. I hope it's in great condition. Can you please send it to this other address for this reason or that reason? Don't fall for it. It's always a scam, and you will lose on that case. Like I said earlier, the other kind of scam, just follow the steps, contact eBay right away on the phone and talk to them. Be very professional, very nice, and every time so far it's worked out in my favor. I've never had to take a hit on that. But I guess that about covers that, guys. With that being said, I mean, just keep hustling. And like I said, turn off the international shipping, because first of all, you don't want to worry about that. It takes way too long to get there. Way too many things can happen. So if these buyers want to have their shit shipped internationally, they already know to have a freight forwarding company in the United States. I ship 7 out of 10 phones I list on eBay as bad as send will go to a freight forwarding company, which means they go overseas. And I've never had a problem yet with them. Also, a lot of times people will say, hey, there's a screen burn on here, basically for Samsung phones, or there's a crack here that you didn't show in the picture. They're trying to get a partial refund. Now, that's totally up to you. If they're asking for a $10 partial refund to avoid the hassle of sending back, that's totally up to you if you want to issue them that, if they show proof it's cracked. It does happen. I mean, if you don't package it correctly, I've never had this happen to me like that. I did have like screen burn issues with Galaxy phones, of course. Now in every one of my listings, I do put, may have slight screen burn, as, Samsung phones were notorious for that and still kind of are. and people will try to get over on you any way they can, But now I will just say send the phone back. I don't offer partial refunds, and most of the time they won't send the phone back because they're just trying to get over on you and try to get a partial refund. So that's totally up to you guys, but from my experience, I don't issue partial refunds anymore. I will pay for them to send the phone back, and hopefully it's in the same condition you got in, or like I said, you call eBay and say, hey, they're trying to scam me. First they wanted a partial refund, now they sent back a totally different phone, or this and that. And there's my dog, he always likes to bark in every video I make. But I hope that helps you guys clear that up. And if you're not a member of the Phone Flipping 101 Facebook group yet, I suggest you join it. There's always a link below here in every video. We're giving away some shirts coming up here, a lot of free shirts. We have the free course in there that pinned to the top of the group. It tells you everything you need to know, how to start making a lot of money right away for free. The free course will walk you through everything if you don't know the first thing about flipping phones. A lot of people have been joining. I have dozens of people joining the group every day. A lot of questions being asked in there. A lot of great members in there helping everybody out. And a lot of people are making $500 profit or more sometimes in their, their first week of flipping phones, their first few transactions. So they've just been studying the videos and asking questions and figuring out what to do. So with that being said, guys, I hope you see you in the Phone Flipping 101 Facebook group soon. And keep hustling, my friends, and have a great